Hey, what is up guys, it is your boy Mannii here and welcome to another video on the channel. If you guys are new here, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. If you guys are returning, you know what kind of video this is. This is a market update video. We haven't been doing a lot of these videos in the last 2 weeks, I would say, but we're going to get back onto it. We're going to do daily market updates if we can, as much as possible. So at least 4 or 5 times a week we're gonna get this out. Now the reason why I wanted to get it out today is because tomorrow is a huge day in terms of FIFA. We're gonna be looking at the market, we're gonna be looking at the trends, what we can expect in the next 24 hours and how that will change the market as a whole. Do we expect there to be a crash? Now I fully expected there to be a crash, but not at the level it's been at, just because of the icon player pick. Like, firstly, nobody knew that they would drop something as big as that, and I'm happy they did. But obviously it's way too expensive. The reason it's too expensive is fodder. Fodder is too expensive now as well because of the icon SBC. It's literally a ripple effect. It's a circle of life. It's a circle of EA. Let's not go two ways about it. And yeah guys, let's try and talk to you guys about the market and talk to you guys about how to make coins. Now I have picked up a couple of these guys as an investment, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Odegaard. Right, I picked him up thinking he was too low. He went lower. He went lower by 50k. I still think he's gonna rebound. Les Malou, I picked him up at 108 yesterday. He went down to 100, and he's back up to 105, which is good. Which means that, yeah, that's working fine. Pereira as well. We picked him up at 90. He's back up to 90. He went down to 84. So all of these investments, yes, we did do day trading, which we made a lot of coins from. We made around about 350k yesterday. However, all that 350k we made could have gone into losses if we decided to go out early onto these cards. Now that's why I'm trying to talk to you guys about the market and why it's important for you guys to listen. It's because players like Odegaard, for example, players like Pereira, players like Les Malou, these players, if you guys are worried about the market and have no experience, you probably would have gotten out. You probably would have lost coins. Now even players like Mbabu, what was happening is he was actually sold instantly at 700k on the price range upgrade. Then loads of people started undercutting, which was going to be like, we expected it, but we didn't expect it to be so quickly. Then his price kept on going. No one knew what his proper price is, but now he's settled at a price, I think around about oh, what sold? Something sold. Oh, very low. Okay, that doesn't really matter. That's my 10, 20, 30 method, which I will get out in another video anyway. So I'm going to start getting out sniping filters as a tutorial for you guys as well. So that's going to be separate to these updates. But regardless, I'm going to get that Mbabu up so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Right, so Mbabu is way less than 400k. He actually went down all the way to 350,000 coins. He is back up, to be fair, at 371, but as you guys can see, there is a huge undercut between this one and that one. There's 8k between them, so there is still like an opportunity for you guys to try and win this guy on snipe, because what people are doing is they're panic selling this card, not knowing the actual price. Now I said to you guys in a video, I think that his price will go down initially and then rebound. Now I think his rebound will be exactly the same as Reece James. Now the problem with this card is that there is a lot of supply and not enough demand. The reason why there is no demand at the moment for this Kevin Mbabu is because firstly, everyone is doing the icon player pick pack. So what that means is every pack player that they have sold or kept, they are trying to get rid so that they can buy fodder and put them into an SBC. If people have this guy untradeable, they're putting him into the SBC. So honestly guys, I wouldn't worry too much about losing coins on this card. I think, look, this is just what I've seen so far within the market, like from my experience. You guys can take it with a pinch of salt if you want, but I've seen cards like this. Because he was extinct at one stage, you can just see that there is demand for the card. As you can see, yeah, there is demand for this card. People are still buying him up, even at 371, which he was at when we checked. Even at 379, when we checked earlier, there were like 4 or 5. So now there's only 1. People are buying up this card. There is demand for this card. He is one of the best centre backs in the game. People will be using him in the weekend league, the next weekend league, whatever. Once he is out of packs, I think this card will do very well, and I think he'll do very well in comparison to this. The only right back that does well, yeah, chat. The only right back that does well or does look like Mbabu with any stretch of the imagination is this guy. Now this card is 790k. Obviously he has been supplied far less, but imagine a card stat for stat very similar, but he has 5 less pace than Mbabu. Stat for stat, imagine stat for stat he is practically the same, but he has 5 less pace than Mbabu, and he is 400. Well, he's double the coins. I actually do see Mbabu going up quite a bit. I think he will recover nicely. I think all of them will recover nicely out of packs. It's just right now they have been panicked. Oh, and look at that. Look, guys. Melu sold even throughout the fact that his price, we picked him up at 108. He sold while I'm doing the video. To be fair, I couldn't have sold at a better time. But it's just to show you guys that there is demand for these cards. And you have to keep on chancing your arm, chancing your luck. Try and get rid of them. Try and sell them for a profit if you have to. So that's exactly what we are trying to do, and it seems like it is paying off. Well guys, let us go straight onto Footbin. Let's talk about what we can expect. Let's talk about the Messi Player of the Month, because I think Messi Player of the Month could be coming today, and that is why I want to get out this market video. So let's go over to Footbin. Right guys, so as you guys can see, we got a Luka Jovic here, a cheeky little Luka Jovic. I'm just going to show you guys the point that I've been making. He's 125k. If you look at his price today, he started at 140k, obviously today. Now he's at 125. Now this card in particular, stat for stat, if you actually compare him to Erling Haaland's Team of the Group Stage card, I mean, guys, Haaland is not from the best of nations. He is an 89 rated card. So same as what Jovic would be. He is double the price. He has 3-star, 3-star, which is something that you guys should look at. And also the pace, 86 pace, 89 pace, right? After a +2 boost, he'll have 88 compared to 89. That's fine. Then he'll have 90 compared to 93, which is fine. He will have 79 passing to 71, which is way better. He will have 90 dribbling to 84 dribbling, which is way better. Yet again, defending doesn't matter. And he would have 84 to 90 physical, which honestly doesn't matter so much, especially because his stamina is pretty decent. Let me just double check. Yeah, his stamina is 84, which is better than Haaland's. Haaland's got better strength, better aggression. If you really wanted to upgrade this squad, you could just slap a hawk on him. Like, I'm not saying that you would, because he will have that extra dribbling anyway. You could slap a hawk on him, but I wouldn't personally. But you could, if you really wanted to make him into that Haaland brute type striker. Now, the reason why I think that Jovic and all of these cards will rebound is because of cards like this Haaland, who are double the price, but worse. Way worse. And Jovic probably will get that upgrade to an 89 rated. Now, an 89 rated for 125k, that is a special promo card that will be out of pack soon. For me, that is a no-brainer, and it seems like he will go to the moon, guys. Especially because this card will have 5-star, 4-star, and that combination is so nice regardless what way round it is. Obviously 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot is way better, but 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, still very decent. Now let's not talk about these cards because we've spoken about it enough today. Let's talk about the promo as a whole. Now last year we saw a winter refresh promo around the same time. Now obviously winter refresh might still be coming in this FIFA, but the reason why I've done this is just so I can show you guys the trends for these winter refresh players. Now as you guys can see, a player like Nico Schulz, a low-rated winter refresh player, a low-rated promo player, around this time of year, carried on to go down until the very last day it was in packs, which was the Friday, right? So for tomorrow, where its lowest price was, yeah? And then, all of a sudden, as soon as it goes out of packs, it starts to rebound very nicely, and it basically triples its value. Now, I'm not saying all cards will do exactly what Nico Schulz has done. However, if there are cards that are usable to the same degree, then 100%. That is why I really love Luka Jovic as an investment. I mean, even if you look at cards like, let's say, for example, who is the closest sort of card to a Jovic? I would say this Ibrahimovic actually looks very similar to that Jovic. Now, this Ibra came out, yeah? He came out at 1.4 mil, obviously carried on going down all the way to 929k. And then even on the Friday, he went down all the way to basically 929k. He still rebounded up to 952k the following week. So he still went up in coins. Yes, he fell afterwards, but out of packs, this card did very well. And the reason why obviously this card didn't do so well after is because his price basically got shot because he was so expensive and there were better alternatives. Now, with Jovic being a card like Jovic being the better alternative to most cards that are expensive, he in fact would go the opposite direction. So Ibrahimovic would be worse than alternatives that are cheaper, so that's why his price goes down, whereas Jovic will be better than alternatives that are more expensive, so his price would go up. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If it does, make sure to like this video. Right, let's not talk about this winter refresh either, but this is something that we could be seeing. We could see upgrades soon as well. Let us talk about Messi Player of the Month. Now, Messi Player of the Month should be coming out tomorrow. Obviously, we've seen these icons. We'll touch on them after anyway. We've seen this Ruben Neves. We've seen this Boadu as well, guys. But let's talk about Messi Player of the Month. If Messi Player of the Month comes up, honestly, it just depends on what EA really want to do with the market. Now, if EA give out a right-wing Messi card, I honestly see a few cards. I did this in my stream, right? I told you guys which cards I think will do well. And this card in particular, I think will do very, very well. Albeit he's just come out of packs, right? I feel like this card could have the potential to do a little bit better. I mean, look, if you could pick up this card around about 330k at what his lowest point was today, I think he'll do well. Firstly, strong link to Messi. Firstly, secondly, he's a very easy link to. Like, he can link to the new Leroy Fer. He could link to a Dutch league. He could link to the Dutch league basically very easily. Another thing that Messi, or stuff with Messi that I really like, is this Serginho Dest card. Now, Serginho Dest being a right back, if Messi gets it. Now, Serginho Dest is basically the same price as he was all day. Like, his price didn't really fluctuate so much, and that's why I really like this card. Even in the chaos, this card went down and up by 10k, which isn't really that deep, whereas other cards really did. Now, if Messi did come out and he got a strong link to Messi, this would be absolutely insane in the fact that he would have a strong link to a Player of the Month SBC. That is one thing. Secondly, it could also cause fodder to go back up in price if Messi is not too overpriced. And thirdly, Serginho Dest could be one of those players that could go up the most. Because firstly, it is a unique position. There aren't many good right backs. The only good right back in La Liga is Moreno. So even this card could be a small little buy, just because he is so cheap. Like, what is the harm in picking up a 65k right back from La Liga, especially if he is usable? Like, people who can't afford Dest will 100% try and get this guy if they can do the Player of the Month Messi. If they can't do that, then another card that I would look at is this Dembele. Like, if you guys are balling, I would say look at this foot freeze Dembele. This card obviously has had a massive dip from last week, so right now you could be looking at a decent enough price to try and cop this guy at and then sell him on. Like, honestly guys, I think that there are coins to be made on the market tomorrow more so than there was today. I think trading filters have been very beneficial for people. However, I feel like where it comes to flipping, I think that preparing for a Player of the Month SPC is probably the way to go. Now, what do I think about the market as a whole? I think the market has to start rising now where it comes to all of these what if cards, especially if they go out of packs. Now, I think they'll start to rise slowly, but I also think that the cards like this that is extinct will see a similar sort of trend as our boy Mbappe. Now, loads of people saying that this card will actually go up once the price range is updated. I actually don't think so. Firstly, because he's an 84 rated. I know he is cracked. However, there are cards that are absolutely incredible. Like, for example, this Isaac, who is in a similar situation and he is only 83,000 coins. Now, when I look at Boadu, I'm thinking, is he better than Isaac? I don't actually think so. I think Boadu is good. However, he doesn't have the skill moves that Isaac possesses. And if you actually look at him, yes, he's got that pace as well, but his dribbling is practically the same as Isaac's as well. Yes, his agility is more, but an engine chem style will fix that card. Now, longevity wise, why is this card not up there for me as an investment or as a flip? Also, because he's extinct. We'll probably see what happened to Mbappe. He'll be sold off and everyone will be like, I told you so. But he's extinct on every single console. Yes, there is demand for this card. However, there are better, or there are alternatives out there for the same price. And he is only 84 rated. That is something that you guys need to bear in mind. We've still got loads of player picks to open. this card will be supplied a hell of a lot. So 100k for this card, 120k for this card will be way too much in my opinion. So that is something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. But before we end the video, guys, let's talk about the new things that have actually come into foot. I'm just going to leave it on foot bin because it's already open. Firstly, we got Puyol, we got Kluivert, we got Nedved. So these three things have just come in today, and we've also got marquee matchups, but you know about that. Now Nedved is probably the best icon, I would say. Also value for money. As you can see, the SBC is 1 milli, right? The SBC is 1 million coins. The icon itself is 1.4. So the value for money is there for Nedved, for real. And he is the best out of the lot. So if you're looking for a left winger, I mean, this card is absolutely incredible. I would say probably an engine chemistry on this boy. Oh my god, that card is, yeah, that just looks juicy. He also has 5-star, 5-star. No, sorry, 4-star, 5-star, which is also amazing for a left winger, especially for a cam. I mean, you can pair him up till the end of the game with most of your players. He is incredible. 93 pace, 92 shooting, 97 passing, 96 dribbling, and 83 physical, which is also very, very nice. That is something that I really like. Now, well, should you guys do him? I think not. I still feel like Prime Icon Moments, their price hasn't settled yet, and he is in SBCs for around about 52 days. So if fodder does fall even more, you could probably pick up this card for 800k, or you guys could probably do him with your dupes when you're grinding icon packs after icon packs after icon packs. That is the first thing I'll do. Secondly, I will try and snag this guy, because I think that there will be an opportunity now to pick up this card on a very, very cheap listing and then to flip. So I feel like this card will be great for an investor, because loads of people are eyeing up the SBC. They'll be like, the SBC is way cheaper, why should I buy this one? Then what will happen is loads of people will start to be able to get in on the bid with a massive 200, 300k undercut and then flip this card, which I've seen, because I've seen it actually happen with a guy who will go on to next, and that's Carlos Puyol. Now Carlos Puyol is a great value SBC, 500k for an icon centre back. But the biggest issue with Puyol is that my guy has 75 pace. In March, he is unusable. And that is something that is criminal. I think it's criminal. You're going to have to put a catalyst chem style on him, and that's just to give him pace, not to do anything else. Like, you're just putting pace on the guy. There's no point putting a shadow, because what is it going to do? Put +1s and +2s that no one needs? Like, what's the point? A hunter, you ain't going to boost his shooting. Like, what's the point? So personally, I think this card is just a waste of space. If you guys have seen my TikTok or a part of my TikTok, you guys will already know that I love Carlos Puyol as a player. I thought Carlos Puyol was probably one of my favorite players growing up as a defender. But I even said that I think if they can give Vidic 80 pace, which I'm not saying, I'm a United fan as well. If they can give Vidic 80 pace, why can't they give Carlos Puyol at least 79? It's his moments card. He used to be a striker when he was a kid, so maybe, just maybe, they can give him that boosted 4 or 5 pace, which I think he deserves. So if you're giving a moments card to someone, they shouldn't have less than 80 pace in my opinion. You're boosting up every single card, even cards that kind of don't deserve it, that are normal cards, that aren't even icons, that are just normal players in the game. They're getting boosted pace stats. Why aren't icons who deserve to be at the top of the whole game not getting it? It doesn't make sense. Now lastly, we've got Patrick Kluivert. Now this card is not good value for money with the SBC, because the SBC basically matches the price. I don't think that you guys should do him. However, I do think he is a nice looking card. I mean, with this card, again, you're going to have to put an engine clip style. Yeah, you're going to have to use an engine for this card, only because his pace is good, not good enough. His dribbling is good, not good enough. But his shooting is good enough, so you don't really need to touch that. His passing is okay, needs boosted. If you were to get this card, I'd put an engine chem style. To be honest, I wouldn't do him. I honestly think, guys, that these icons being released is great for the game. However, it also means that they've kind of gotten away with one. They could have given us better icons. They didn't do that either. They're giving us these guys for 52 days. Let's see what happens next. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we do get that Messi Player of the Month. And if we do, you guys know, drop it down below. Say, Mannii, you were right, or Mannii, you were wrong. I do not mind being criticized, but we look at it in a wholesome point of view. And yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Till next time, guys. Peace. I don't know what that was. In a bit.